The H3H3 guy.
He's a Jew.
Yeah, Ethan Klein. Last name is literally Klein. I mean,
Yeah, but
I
you
don't
know,
know how
Klein
much
makes
more Jewish
electrician
than you
tools.
can
Do
get
you
than
think
that.
that they're Jewish?
What? Yeah,
Why?
yeah, they're probably Jewish-owned tool owners,
What?
guys. Yeah, what do you think they cost so much?
Oh, dude, I've had the same. I gotta learn how to fix that, dude. Okay, the stream's working. I just have to. I'm not gonna fix anything, dude. My stream settings, I've gotta fix because it's that damn snake picture. I gotta put on something cooler, dude. I don't know. I'm not even gonna worry about it. I don't even know how I sound. Actually, I'll probably check the stream. Dude, my stream settings, I've gotta fix because it's that damn snake picture. I gotta put on something cooler, dude.
Pretty sure I was pretty quiet through that whole thing.
Okay, that's gonna work out. I don't even know how I sound. Actually, oh, I just blew myself up, dude.
Oh yeah, get a load of this guy. He just blew himself.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
Come on, can I do it for all time's sake?
Is the window closed?
Allah Akbar! Al-Musia Akbar!
Oh my goodness.
That means Christ is king. Or Christ is getting king.
No, you know what's great is that Allah literally just means God in Arabic. So Christian Muslims, Christian Arabs, we'll pray to Allah as in the Christian God. It just solidifies more about, it's not about the word, it's about the intention and meaning behind the word.
It's about who it is behind that word, because there's two different Allahs, right?
Tune in into frequency.
Well, not really. I mean, here's the deal, right? So get a load of this, right? So you got the Muslim Allah, right? And then you got the Christian Allah, right? Because the word literally translates into itself, right? But what the Muslims believe in is Satan. If you actually read the Quran, Satan appeared to Muhammad. What? No.
Synagogue of Satan.
Well, yeah, that's an actual sect of Judaism over in Israel. Is Satanic Judaism.
I think it's just false idols. It could be I don't
well, that's what it is, brother. That's what it is. But I'm not saying that they're you know that they're what's it called? That they're wrong or something. They're definitely wrong. They're all wrong. But what it is, right, is that they believe in what Satan told them. That's literally what they believe in. Because as you remember, their prophet Muhammad, when he was in the cave, he said, a great angel of light came down and pinned me against the wall, beating me senseless, right? So, last I checked, angels don't beat you senseless unless maybe there's a good reason, and the Lord, I'm pretty darn sure with how fair he is, he would let you know before you get beaten up. Or you would at least know through your actions, right? So, Muhammad gets beat up by Satan in a cave, and then he goes out and he's like, hey guys, check this out. Like, this dude said we could, marry a 6-year-old and get her pregnant at 9. How does that sound? And then they're like, whoa, bro, Muhammad, are you crazy? And then, what he kept saying, right, was so freaking crazy that he got persecuted in Mecca. So when he got persecuted in Mecca, he got sent to, I wanna say, I think it was Berea? Somewhere in the Middle East there. And what he did was he posed himself as a refugee, right? He was like, nah, I'm just, I'm getting persecuted, they're gonna kill me, or whatever, this, that, or the third. And when he said all that, they took him in, And as he was in there, he imposed what's it called, Sharia law, because he moved a bunch of more Islamic worshippers in there, and then they reproduced at such a mass rate that they actually within a few years had enough dudes there that were already of age and becoming to be of age that they took over, and then they implemented Islam, and then they killed the rest of the guys, so they're not really good. They're, I would rate Islam 3 out of 10. Wouldn't recommend.
What's with the 30%?
I'm only giving them 3% because, of course, you gotta pray for people like that. They've been led astray. Not only that, but they're choosing to believe in.
Or pray them into the hands of the devil.
Right. That's if you can't get through to them. Obviously, you just don't do that right off rip. Because if somebody's so stuck in their ways, then yeah, it would be better to pray them into the hands of the devil. Oh, sorry.
The moon.
And it's all right to be doubtful as a believer and a disciple. It's always good to fact check, I learned.
Oh, I'm playing Isaac.
He's playing Isaac. Oh my gosh, sire, are you playing Isaac?
Now, can you tell me
Oh, back up!
Genesis 22:10?
Run! What's up?
Can you tell me more about Genesis 22:10?
Genesis 23:10.
22:10, yeah.
Yeah, sure. Let me get that up for you.
No, it is the binding of Isaac.
Then Abraham reached out his hand and took the knife to slaughter his son. This verse captures a pivotal moment in the story of Abraham's faith, where he demonstrates extreme obedience to God's command to sacrifice his only son Isaac. The act symbolizes Abraham's unwavering trust in God's goodness and plan, even in the face of profound personal sacrifice. So if that game somehow symbolically does that, then that would be kind of cool, I guess.
They sacrifice a goat instead. A ram. So I have a cousin who I think is a Satanist. Chad.
Pray for him, witness to him, and show him key pivotal verses in the Bible that they cannot dispute, because they can twist the word as much as they want, but be persistent.
I think they use slide blood, goat's blood, and slip
You're
and
kidding, right? You gotta be joking.
You really think I'm joking?
If that's the case, dude, I gotta tell you, pray for him, bro.
Wait, can I ask you a question though?
What?
Do you think that's a sin?
Yeah, that's a sin. For one, you said they're a Satanist, so they already recognized
I
something.
think. So we're trying to find evidence here. I'm giving you that as a suspicion, but is it undeniable proof that it's a sin?
What? The slip and sliding goat blood?
Yeah, like you can just buy goat blood online.
Inherently, it is kind of bad. Especially if you think they're doing it for the reason of worshiping somebody else, and especially the little g of this world. That's complete,
No.
and disrespectful.
I'm telling you as a suspicion, like I'm coming at you with like a thesis and understanding. your
Okay.
understanding. But
In my understanding.
But there's nothing, no technical allegations against Satan. They're probably not a Satanist, but it almost seems that way because of the goat's blood thing. But would it technically still be bad just doing all the actions that were committed, like buying the goat's blood and buying a slip and slide, putting them together like jelly on some bread?
Yeah,
That time.
I don't know. That's if that's what they're into, dude. That's got to be some form of sin down at the root. You know, not the action of what they're doing, but what they believe in, what they're doing.
That's the thing. What if they don't?
What?
And they just want to do it. What if they don't believe it?
Well, still, that's a cult. You know, that's a cult. That's not a cult. That's a cult.
But how?
Bro, you're slipping sliding in an animal's blood.
Is that bad?
Well, then you're gonna turn this into a perception of is that bad or is that good? Yeah, I think it's bad. Why are you fucking doing that? You're a weirdo. You're seriously fucking weird.
Not bad.
You know?
Like
if you want to hear my honest opinion, I think that's weird. You know,
Why?
Lord forgive him and Lord forgive me for judging him. But in my judgment, that's fucking weird to go ahead and buy goat blood and slip a slide around that. No fucking normal person with a functioning brain is gonna be like, you know what? I think I'm just gonna post up a fucking slip and slide and then throw a bunch of animal blood and get freaky in that shit. Cause what?
Not freaky.
You know?
You're just sliding and it'll tumble down.
Yeah, dude, go get fucking water, do it like a normal American. Why the fuck you gotta put a bunch of animal blood there? You look like a fucking weirdo. You look like fucking Hannibal Lecter trying to slip and slide through goat blood. I mean, come on, you fucking reek of a serial killer. Something's wrong with your head.
For, like laboratories and whatnot, and you just think, you know what, it's my 21st birthday. Why not?
I really don't give a shit if it's made in a laboratory. You're still indicating that it's animal blood, you know?
But how is it indicating anything that's bad? Like
No, let me put it this way. No atypical normal person is gonna slip and slide in goat blood. You go up and ask a random person on the street, they're more than likely gonna tell you, no, get the fuck away from me, you weird cultist.
So that.
And then if you're gonna try to sit here and like debate it like you are with me, they're gonna definitely think you're fucking crazy too. They're gonna be like, hey, this guy's fucking crazy. He likes slipping, sliding in goat blood for no fucking reason. So something's gotta be wrong with his head. That's how people think.
How? You just keep using ad hominem fallacy, dude.
That's not even ad hominem fallacy. Do you even know what an ad hominem is?
You're insulting my character instead of actually giving me like evidence. That's ad hominem.
Bro,
search it up. Just tell me how it's bad. That's all I need to know.
Dude, it's bad. It's literally
a random person and they'll say it's bad, so that means it's bad.
Dude, it's not norm in society, and you even know the fucking thing. You're just trying to get a rise out of me. You even know.
I'm not of the norm.
You know deep down that that's fucking weird.
How?
No, I'm not in the norm, but I would tell you, even people that think they're not in the fucking norm is gonna be like, hey, that's pretty weird. That's pretty weird.
I can't prove it's weird though. Like, it seems weird, but I can't find any actual evidence in the Bible that says that anything like that would be weird. If it was like just
then you're not looking clearly enough, you know?
No, but hypothetically, what if they did that?
But a hypothetical means anything. A hypothetical is a fucking fart in the wind. What if my fart developed into a cloud and then it shat goat blood? You know? No Christian does that.
What if they walk themselves?
They don't do. I'm telling you, if you do that, then yeah, that's kind of sinful. The Lord does not ask you to go slip and slide in goat blood. And not only that, but there's a connotation behind the goat. The you know who the goat is Baphomet. You know, Satan. That's a key symbol.
It could also just be a goat that roams on Earth and eats grass.
No, but it's always symbolic with these things, though. A lot of the time.
What if the symbol is like, oh cool, I'm slip and sliding in blood? What if it was literally just?
But that's no good. That's literally there's no good connotation behind that.
But wouldn't that still be between them and Jesus?
For sure, because that's your personal relationship with Christ, but I guarantee you Christ is going to be like, hey buddy, you need to calm it down, because there's obviously going to be
a conviction on them. you're gonna know their religion,
I'm not even
that's
convicting him
determination.
because I have no power to convict or
No,
condemn.
not you convicting them, but it's almost like fueling
And
the
if you
fire, right?
and when you say convict, that's all by your own heart.
Holy
The only
Spirit.
way you feel convicted is because the Holy Spirit is
Yup.
talking to you and telling you that's screwed
I
up.
thought
So
he's
I'm
running
not gonna
the pool,
convict
boy.
them. And if we were gonna convict them, then we're already acknowledging that these people have an issue with it
I
in
don't
their
think-
moral
I don't
soul.
think we
It's
should.
not morally good. It-
I
you
don't
know,
think we can.
that's literally what it is. I don't think you should. I literally don't think you should.
But what if they were a Christian and they followed the Lord and they, you know, like, but we don't know for sure, right? Because, you know, imagine, how do we know that the goat's blood is bad? For instance, what would you do if you caught me circumcising you?
I would literally stop talking to you for a little bit. I would tell you that, hey, we need to go get you checked. Yeah, dude, because I'd be like, why are you slip and sliding in ghost blood, bro? What
I
is
just-
what
what
would
if
you
I
do?
said, I just want to? I don't know.
Bro, if you said
it's like-
I just
I
want
thought it
to,
was
I'd be like, okay, well, I'm literally you can't blame me, but I'm gonna start being a little skeptical around you. I don't know if you're gonna
But that's what I'm saying. That's what you would do, right? Like, you would be skeptical, right?
Yeah, I would be super skeptical, but I'd
but
be
there's no
sketched out by
proof,
you. I'd be
right?
like, hey, this guy
But
literally
there's no
slips
proof
and
that it's
slides and
bad,
goes.
right?
Yeah, but there's no proof that a murderer is a murderer until they get, proven guilty.
Okay,
So
it's, okay, I get
yeah,
what you're saying.
you could
talking
always
about
say that they're
social
innocent until proven guilty. But at the end of the day, if you know you're freaking guilty, you're guilty. So that's between you. This is all complete personal stuff, and that's why I couldn't ascertain to ask somebody and be like, hey, do you think this is bad? Because then I would need to run a poll and be like, okay, 50% of America thinks this is bad, and only 20% of America thinks
Societal
it's good.
consensuses don't determine morality.
Right, but
Find
morally,
it in the
should you be
Bible.
doing that? No, because it's not good of sound
Find
for
it
your
in the
mind.
Bible. Find it in the Bible.
It literally, bro, in the Bible, we can go this route, bro.
No,
It's
but, like,
literally-
if you're so certain, then just prove
Okay, it literally says occult meaning of the goat in slipping or sliding. In the context of the occult, the goat is deeply symbolic animal with roots in ancient myth, religion, and esoteric traditions. It appears in both positive and negative symbol roles, depending on the tradition and specific goat figure. In Western esotericism, the goat is often linked to balance, duality, and the synthesis of opposites. This is mostly seen in Baphomet, a winged androgynous human-goat hybrid created by Alpheus Levi, a famous Satanist, might I add. The equilibrium of male/female/human/animal, good evil.
So
when in reality-
wasn't done with that intention. Now that we've done some research and play devil's advocate here, literally.
Well,
Now
it's
that we know
literally
that
bad.
as
That's what
long as-
Baphomet is in tandem
As long
with
as
Satan.
we don't do it for Baphomet or any false idols, just nobody.
No, it's a
No
cult.
ill
It's no, brother. It's a cult. You shouldn't do it.
Exactly.
It's a
don't
cult.
do it because
It literally, because it's already a symbolic thing. Even if you're like, it's symbolically saying that you're participating in a cult. I'm literally reading it.
You can't justify definition using a definition because
I mean, you kind of can if it literally goes over it and explains it to a T. That's what you do with parables and symbolism.
you said it's an occult, but technically goat's blood doesn't have to be just an occult. For instance, goat's blood.
It's not-
inside
it's-
of a goat.
Bro, yes. But so does the blood of Christ live inside Christ and within us, right?
And on my slip and slide.
Yeah, but if you're gonna say, oh, I'm gonna slip and slide in the blood of Christ, dude, that sounds terrible. And that's
Well,
also
no,
mockery.
because that's different. Because yeah, it's blasphemy. You're mocking, but also the blood of Jesus is basically what you do when you bless wine like that. And depending on what denomination you are, you genuinely believe that is the blood of Christ, which means that that's how you retain the blood of Christ, and that's how you use it.
That's not how you retain
And
the
the
blood
Bible
of
will
Christ.
tell you. No, but it's still, you know,
Like the Bible verbatim, you gotta read it. You gotta really
I
read
read
it.
my Bible every day.
good, and then try to understand it, you know, and then talk with multiple people that read it so that you can get their interpretations as well.
I'm trying to get yours
Because
right now, bro. And you still haven't given me
my
an answer.
my interpretation, bro, my interpretation is that's bad. It gives us several reasons as
You
to
can't
why that's
explain
bad.
why it's bad.
Because
You can't prove it's
because if
evil.
you look at the fucking Israelites when Moses came down from the mountain, was it bad that they were worshiping? Dude, what does it have to do with slip and slide? What does it have to do with slip and slide? Well,
And
they
ghost
weren't
blood.
fucking apparently just worshiping a golden calf. They were also making
they
little
were worshiping
sacrifices
that.
with sage. They were
So
burning
don't
sage.
worship the goat.
It's witchcraft, bro. It's literally witchcraft. Why are you
Prove it's
Bro,
witchcraft.
Bro, it's literally witchcraft. It
Prove
will
it.
explain it as such. Like smoking
You
weed
can't
is
even
part of
prove it.
witchcraft.
You can't
Bro,
even
we
prove
can
it's
prove it. Dude, you're gonna just
Tell
say
me
you can't
right
even prove it.
now.
You can't even prove it.
Because
Bro,
you're not saying anything.
just because,
Just tell me.
bro, because you're not even giving me a second. You're just going, just tell me, 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 and then you're gonna be like, oh wait, you
Here's
can't
your
find it, you can't find it, you can't find it.
Here's your second. Go.
Jesus, Lord have mercy on your soul, dude. Alright, Deuteronomy 18, verses 10 through 12. Let no one be found among you who sacrifices their son or daughter in the fire, who practices divination or interprets omens, engages in witchcraft or casts spells, or who is a medium or spiritist, or who consults the dead. Anyone who does these things is detestable to the Lord. This verse clearly outlines the activities associated with witchcraft and emphasizes that their abominable nature is in God's eyes. What is divination? Who practices divination, right?
It's a good thing it's not witchcraft. That's what I'm talking about. You're using a definition in a definition.
That's not a definition, that's a literal
This is
fucking verse.
No, this is literally what you're doing. It's witchcraft because it's witchcraft. That's what you're explaining. You're not explaining why it's witchcraft. You're just saying it's witchcraft over and over again. Just with two different...
Bro, then you're not understanding that I'm saying that it is witchcraft because of the
How is
actions of what they're
witchcraft?
doing. It's not
Actions-
morally good.
You can't prove it's not morally good. Nothing in that proved that it was witchcraft. It's saying if you're doing it for these things, yeah. That's pretty much all it's saying. Don't practice for witchcraft. If you totally did
Biblical
this
view
life
on
without-
blood. The blood of animals, including goats, was used in sacrificial offerings to atone for sin,
Yeah,
not
but
for
you can also use it
not
for
for
many
personal enjoyment. Not for personal enjoyment.
But you
This
can
is
still
why I
use
think it's
blood.
bad.
You can
For
still use
example,
blood
Leviticus
for things
16
other than-
describes the Day of Atonement, where the high priest sprinkled the blood of a goat on the mercy seat to make atonement for the people. The principle is stated in Leviticus 17:11, for the life of the flesh is in the blood, and I have given it to you on the altar to make atonement for your souls. This means life and sanctity are in the blood, and it is God's to use, not for your personal enjoyment.
It doesn't say
Bibli-
for personal
that's the-
enjoyment.
It literally says not for personal enjoyment.
You said what was the verse?
That's
I'm
the-
gonna get
that-
my actual
that-
Bible out and if I can't find it in an over 2,000 page Bible, then it doesn't count.
Dude, you'll find
Study
it.
Bible.
Like, I guarantee
What
you
is
you'll
it?
find it. Leviticus 16, Leviticus 17:11, Leviticus 17:10 through 12. And the Bible also explicitly forbids
Leviticus
eating
7.
blood, 17:10 through 12, teaching that consuming it is a form of spiritual rebellion. This is just if you were to consume it, right? In the New Testament, Hebrews 10:4 says the blood of bulls and goats could not take away sins, pointing to the ultimate sacrifice of Jesus Christ. Okay, and then let me get you the bullet points, right? Just so we can go over this real fast, right? Against God's appointed use of blood, Leviticus 17:10 through 12, and then against. I'm not reading it off of AI. Dude, we can literally read it out of my book. I have it right
Are you
here.
reading it out of your book or are you reading it off your phone? Because I've got the book right here. If any
Yeah, I got the book in my hand, dude.
Or of the strength of the money eats any blood, will set my face against that person who eats blood and cut them off among it. The life of flesh is in the blood, and not forgiven it. You appoint altar to make atonement for your souls. So that is because probably the wages of sin is death, and that's how they cast their sins through scapegoats and whatnot.
Well, and that's why it has a holy gesture, right? Then it goes against the sanctity of life, which, but it,
men of the house of Israel,
which is the men of the house of Israel is now translated. But who is the men of the house of Israel, right? Hey, Sean, let's ask my brother Sean real quick, because he also has his Bible. Sean, do you think it is morally bad, and would you know of any verses in the Bible that would point to it being bad to slip and slide in goat blood for fun? Goat blood.
Goat blood?
And do you think that it's proper of a Christian to just go slip and slide in goat blood for fun?
Not one single bit at all. That's spiritually and morally imbalanced.
Prove it's of imbalance.
And then he's saying, he's saying you have to prove it's a thing of spiritual imbalance.
That has no ties to satanic.
How would I prove that?
Yeah, because he's saying it's
Jesus Christ.
Fire outside.
You gotta prove it's morally wrong.
Moving. But alright. So now we got
Jesus died for us to stop the
worldly ways.
the worldly ways and the what you call it, like the sacrifices. Because before Jesus died, you used to have to sacrifice a goat or a lamb, something like that. I forgot.
It was a goat and a lamb.
Yeah, and that was the ways you'd have to practice your faith with God. And because Jesus died, we don't have to do that no more. He did it. He died for us to simply examine the Bible, and no longer needing to do all that extra stuff that he was talking about.
I don't know if you can hear him swear.
I kinda can't.
Okay. I'll unplug this. But he's gonna want a verse out of here. So I'm finding him a verse. We got brought to Leviticus 17:11, which is, we will open that bad boy up. Conclusion. The Bible does not endorse or permit slipping and sliding in goat's blood. Instead, it commands respect for blood as a sign of life and God's authority, and prohibits its misuse. And any activity involving blood in a non-sacrificial, non-holy context is contrary to the biblical teaching.
Where was that at?
That's literally what this goes over real quick.
No, like, is it 1710? Because I've had 1710 open this entire time.
I'm reading it for you.
No, like, tell me the verse.
No, I'm gonna get you the verse.
Like, what is
'Cause
the
I'll read it with
number,
you.
and what is the verse, and what is the chapter, what is the book? Like, information.
And whatsoever, so Leviticus 17:10, and whatsoever man there be of the house of Israel, or of the strangers that sojourn among you, that eateth any manner of blood, I will even set my face against that soul that catches, or that eateth blood, and will cut him off from among his people. For the life of the flesh is in the blood, and I have given it to you upon the altar to make an atonement for your souls, for it is the blood
atoning.
that
It's
maketh
a
an
good point,
atonement.
because it was in the Old
That
Testament.
maketh an
before
atonement
Jesus Christ,
for the
before
soul.
we had the blood for ourselves. These are the
But then we
Israelites
have,
a long time ago. And
but
we also
it
have to
goes all the way to
understand that
13.
because in modern life we have so many other uses for it, that it is just simply too ambiguous to just say, oh, you can't use it whatsoever. No, and we use everything, especially
Well,
in the name
dude,
of
but
science.
you see what you're doing? You're doing there is that's abuse of faith. Just
It's
because I'm
not.
saved
You
doesn't
can't
mean I
prove
should
it's
just
abuse
go
of
out.
faith.
Bro, it's an abuse of Sawyer. It is an
Mind you,
abuse of faith.
it's not
This
an
is
abuse
like
of
this. What is
faith.
coming out of the mouth, dude, is almost satanic at this point. because you're almost
You're
trying to
just
say
giving me
like, oh,
buzzwords.
you
You
can,
can't prove anything,
it's
so you just give me
bro,
buzzwords.
and it's not buzzwords, bro.
It is. You're just
I
saying
can't. I
things are
am proving
satanic
it
or
to you,
things
but
are
you don't
immoral,
want
and
to.
you
You
can't
don't
prove
want
it.
to read it, and it
I
is
have the
immoral,
chapter right there.
dude. There's no way in your life is it morally good to go and just buy goat's blood off of online for the
I'm
sake of
not
buying it and
saying.
sliding in it. You're
I'm
not
just saying
doing
how.
that. You know, as a sinner, you're not doing that for any purpose other than for your own enjoyment to enjoy and sustain the flesh. You know that damn well that as much as anybody else does. You know that.
Which is like
Then to sit here and try
99%
to
of things,
argue the
anyways.
yeah, but doesn't mean you should go ahead and do it. Just because I'm saved doesn't mean I should go smoke a copious amount of pot. No, that's not what God called me to do, especially after he
These are all
saved my
different
life.
things.
But it doesn't matter. In the eyes of God, they're the same thing. He views
You can't
sin
prove
as sin,
Yeah,
regardless.
if it's a sin. If you know it's a sin.
Bro, it always turns into sin. When you don't have Christ, you are going to sin
The
24/7.
hypothetical is that they're a
Regardless.
Christian. You're still not getting it right. You've been arguing for an hour and you still can't
Right,
even
but
get the fucking hypothetical right. You still can't.
well, why would you,
After an
dude?
hour.
There is no. But I'm telling you, if you're a Christian doing that, you're not a Christian. That is not
You
something.
can't prove that.
That is
You
not
still can't prove that
Christ-like.
after an hour. You just you
Bro, can
think
you
it's not
prove it?
Christ-like.
Well, how about you prove it then? You prove it. You prove your point
You
right
won't.
now, because I guarantee you, it's going to be a load of barnacles.
My point is that we can't prove it's neither immoral or immoral, especially with the context that you're giving. I was simply posing the question to pick your brain.
Say that it's.
And you're going through ChatGPT trying to find the perfect prompt for your argument.
I'm not
I've been
going through
resolving it. This is
ChatGPT,
high
dude.
five. Google's
You
the
just
same thing. They're all
assume,
using
dude.
AI.
Bro,
I
it's
hear you
literally
typing out
assumption.
loud. It's because you're ADHD as fuck.
I know, dude, but it's.
Because God says himself, do not argue with a sinner because you'll just become part of the sin he is trying to argue with.
So we're gonna leave this at a stalemate. Thank you for the debate.
Yeah,
I'm gonna be
whatever, man.
honest,
I pray
I
for you,
think-
dude. I really do pray for you, dude. I don't know why you decided to like do that though.
God
what?
says
And like
you gotta at least
that's
try.
misinterpreting, dude.
You gotta at least try. You did your
You
part.
still can't prove it's
clearly not doing your
misinterpreting. I
part
read it
on
out
trying
loud
to
in my Bible. Hey,
comprehend
hey, like I said, stalemate.
Almost
Neither of
all
us are
things
gonna agree on the same things,
without shedding
right?
blood, there is no remission. According to the law, I may almost say
I'm
all
just
things
gonna
are
say,
cleansed with
Chad,
blood. And apart from shedding of
every
blood, there is
single
no
debate
remission.
has ended in a stalemate. Like, neither of us ever get anywhere with any debate, and quite frankly, they're not even productive debates, despite the fact that I really want to be productive.
Yeah, dude, I think I'd be ready for harmony soon.
You ignoring me?
No, I'm not ignoring you.
Do you know what I said?
No, I actually did low key kind of tune out. Because I was trying to focus real quick on looking some shit up.
Alright. That's that. That's pretty typical, if I'm being honest.
One makes you small.
Certain form of bloodshed. Oh, Matthew 10:39, John 11:35. Let's open up to there. Here, I'll switch to the real quick for you. I think we could both agree on this key point, though.
Holy fuck,
The Bible
we're
does-
still talking about it.
This is just the last thing. Ah, you know what? Never mind. Oh shit! You're already on armor. I gotta say, there'll be real believers and no believers.
pretty fly.